Hi, this is my account Missing Pair, and I'm unlocking Bridal Shores one room at a time, and right now that means a lot of cooking. A bit of a side grind to hunt for some updates has come up with something. We've got a epic guards pike, a little bit of an upgrade. I'll see if I can get any more pieces. I called it the guards pike. This is actually the halberd, which is the same as what I had before. Cryo weapon, the pike, I'm still missing. In a decent quality at least. And the pike is an arboret weapon, so that would probably be nice to have at least in the back. 30,000 vegetables, all ran from Kevin. That'll get me a whole heap of levels. I've just got to now boil them up, chop them up, sell them, and yeah, we'll have a good head start on the next phase of the grind. And here is 1k Hopeport. Crazy to think we're now halfway through completely maxing an entire episode without actually being able to start any side quests yet, but yeah. And the pile of vegetables is going down to 26k from 30. These levels are fast. I'm liking this. I'm liking being able to just bounce between the bank, the chopping, the boiling, the selling, without having to do the Kevin runs. I can kind of keep this going no matter if I have to be working or watching a film or doing something else. It's really nice. So yeah, enjoying the grind at the minute. Did you know you can just walk around with the passive summary on your screen as long as you move with them anyway? Anyway, here is 128 Alchemist and a new Ebsworth passive. So that'll be worth unlocking. Anyway, I have lobsters. If you can't get bounties to appear on the board, sometimes players just ask for the bounties, apparently. 5 veggie stews to Rubble Road. We can make that happen. Is he here? Yay! Where do you want them? On the floor? Enjoy them. Alright, so this is the last inventory of the 30,000 veg I had stocked up. It's not quite going to get me to the level. I'm about halfway through 275 and then we'll hit the eggs. I've been very lazy about making clips recently. So it's been about a month of working through this stack of veg. I took a whole week off where I didn't do anything. I've been slacking on the lobsters, I've been having less time to play, but we're getting there. We're nearly at 1111 total level, so hopefully if that ends up being this, it's a nice milestone, but it's probably going to be Alchemist, so I don't think I'm going to finish this tonight, but I thought I'd do a little status update. Things that have happened in the game are we've now got guild members and wolves hanging about. But you've got to get all the way to episode 4 to do that, so that's not going to be me for a long time. But I am going to be picking Lone Wolf eventually when I get there, which is probably obvious from the way this account has been going. Other things that have happened is there may actually be some content coming to the map I have unlocked right now. So they've been talking about in the latest weekly leak fishing bounties, and the image that they showed had something called a legendary eel, which isn't any of the eel types we have, and it sounds like maybe we're getting rare drops or maybe there'll be rare things to hunt. That's very cool. I'll be looking forward to that. it'll be a bit more variety to do. And if it takes a few weeks to come out, I'll still be on the chef grind, so it'll hit while I'm still in this. So 275, 1.5 mil XP left to go. Back to Kevin, I'm afraid, just to finish this level off, and then I will get into some new ingredients. As expected, 1111 total level gained on alchemy while I was asleep, but that's fine. It's really getting up there at 144. And here we are, right in the middle of the last inventory. There we go. Let's just see. Delicious omelette, new tier of eggs. Let's check out these bad boys and have a look. Hello, Kevin. I want eggs. I want these giant eggs. I'm not sure how much more XP there'll be per, but you got to remember, unlike the veg, these are one step only, so you do them a lot quicker. You go straight to the pan. The last one was 4.1k. Yeah, this is only 3k, but there's only one step, so really that's like 6k for the same amount of effort. So yeah, let's get on with it. Guess who's been doing more chest runs? So my theory that you get better loot with a higher total level or a higher episode level seems to be paying off, because we've actually got some upgrades. So I haven't been able to get a new range weapon because the highest enemy was the level 14 hair beast. The tutorial bow is level 15, so you can never get anything better. It doesn't actually drop ranged weapons at all. So you can't get like a rare level 14 that would be better than this. But from the chest, I've got a level 33 comment, and that is better. So I make that swapped. The monument pieces are interesting. Technically, you can sell them to the rock shop over here, but I'm not going to bother. They're not worth very much. Another of the same potion. I've got level 25% potions. They're new. They're good. Or they're an upgrade, rather. I've got another 5% Hopeport that I will use. And then a load of junk. Except for a few of these things. Just going through it. So, common rays. I don't have the card for rays yet. What level are they? Level 50. Yeah, so I could get this card. I might just bank this for now. Need that. These I don't need. Oops. Definitely don't want that. These potatoes you can use for cod or on their own with sausages. And I'm allowed to buy sausages because they only come from Kevin. And I would be able to make this one, level 18 mash. Not too useful, but it would get me a new card, so I think I'll keep that around. I don't need this. Any of these now. And then, interestingly, these are the real kind of wildcard ones. The level 433 potato and the level 454 cod go together to make the highest level cod and chips, which is, does it say, 464, this one. So that would be, I can't even get to that yet, that's way off in the distance, but I might bank these just so I can get that card, because I think that's quite an interesting card to get. I could also just use this potato on its own to make cod and chip, sausage and mash. What's the highest sausage and mash it makes? This one? 336, I guess. So yeah, but I can't. I'll just bank them for now. But I thought that's interesting. I might do a few more chest runs and just see if I can get anything more interesting. Shall I fry the ray up? Yeah. Don't give me a card. It's not like I'm going to go buy these rays that are level 50 at the fishmonger and like cheat anything, because I'm way past when this XP would be worth doing. They're not in my bounties, there's nothing I can really gain from it. I will get one sausage and do this one as well, just for the card. I know it muddies the water a bit on like what cards have I got that proves I do what I'm doing legit, but I think it's fine. If I was going to cheat, I'd cheat in a way that would be much more useful than this. But yeah, level 454 cod. I don't remember getting cods at all in any of the other chest runs I did. And I remember also when I was going for potion reagents, where am I going? I would only get certain types, so I'm wondering if the actual loot has changed since my total level or episode level has gone up again. I don't know if it's one or the other. I won't be able to find out until I unlock episode 2 and I can kind of prove it's doing one over the other. But yeah, I'm just going to bank these, do a few more chest runs, see if we can get any more random upgrades, and see what I can find. Oh, I'm stupid. The 25 one's an auto upgrade. I got a 30 at some point. These two make another cryonate. This, I need a better flour. I already have these. I've forgotten half of what I had in here. But yeah, I can make this into something. New, shocking revelations. New, unexpected items. I have a potent potion, which I had no idea I could get from chests. And you can't even buy potent potions, so that's genuinely a unique item that you would only be able to make normally. Fear potions, which you make from reagents from episode 2, which I thought I wouldn't be allowed to get because I'm in episode 1 only so far. And a legitimate episode 4 item, which is a Kren potion for XP, which I really didn't expect. So maybe you can just get any potion at some point. And then a whole load of reagents, some of which I'll be able to use to make a new card, because I have the Tempest Day potion. It's the first time I've gotten these limpets, so I can make the common limpet green hogberry potion. And I could also use this vibrant wall plant drop with a couple of my own gathered kelp and get some healing potions from that, and that'll be a new card. So, quite a successful trip. And there's one other thing. This yellowtail gurnard combines with stock, which I'm allowed to buy from Kevin, and makes this soup, which isn't that impressive, but there is a quest, Brannoff Inheritance, where you need to get this soup, Big Eye Gurnard. Now, if I get this quest and I reach this step, but I don't have access to Gurnards, I'm stuck. But I'm thinking there may be a way for me to pull a Big Eye Gurnard from a chest, and if I do, I have to remember to bank it. But I've got this one, so I'll be able to get the card for this. So yeah, that's what I found, and I'll just collect a few cards and then get back to the eggs, because this rabbit hole just never seems to end with what the chests can have in them. So There we go. And second card. Cool. And here is where you can get stock. One of those, please. And the reason I'm going to bank this potato rather than using it for another sausage and mash is because if I later pull out a waltzing cod, I can make one of the versions of cod and chips with this potato and get another card that way. So for now, this guy will live in the bank. And I know I can get cod because we got the Emperor card earlier. So, wow, 804 copper, well worth doing. So something I've considered, or realised I guess, I have a Kren potion, and a mine one. I shouldn't have been that surprised at getting a Kren potion, I just forgot that I got this one earlier from a chest. But I now have one for every episode, which is quite neat. But what's unique is I haven't unlocked episode 4 or any of the others. I don't have the card for making any of these forest, mine or Kren potions, and Ebsworth doesn't sell them until you've unlocked those episodes or discovered them. So having that item on this account that hasn't discovered them and doesn't have the card is kind of a unique situation. Like, this must be very rare to happen. I might be the only person who's ever had these set of scenarios happen. I just thought that was interesting. Just an interesting thing to mention. Welcome back. We are at the last inventory of eggs. For now, at least. And that is 293. We can get onto a nice stack of greater eels. How many do I have? 1241. So not a massive amount. We'll see how that gets us. Oh, apparently I'm not done with eggs because I'm so brain rotted that I just walk back to Kevin and buy more and have another inventory of them. I'm supposed to be buying gelatin. Okay, I bought the right thing. I also bought a sausage because I got one of these potatoes from a chest, so I might as well get the card while we're here. Just pull these up. I won't make you watch all this. We'll just see the cards. Here's our prep. We'll do the frying pan. Massive amount of card XP coming in. Whoa, 298. Well worth doing. And let's just do a quick greater jelly deal. 6k and a big bonus. That's nice. So yeah, I'm going to work through this stack, buy a load of gelatin, and I don't think it's going to get me to grilled bass, or the giant bass. It'll get me a good way there. And if I run out, I will decide if I want to go fish more eels, or if I just slink back into Eggland. 300 chef. Alright, so let's have a talk about Project Milestone. We got a little info in the last weekly leak about big changes that they're planning for the game. Not a massive amount of info, but just that it's happening. It's called Project Milestone, and the first thing that they've mentioned is changes to Episode 2's Gatherer profession, which is going to become something called Botanist. Now, on the surface of it, that doesn't sound like it affects me at all, because I'm not at Episode 2 yet. But one of the changes that they're planning is they're moving all of the bones into Forager. Now, I don't know if that just means that the bones will stay where they are in the forest, but we'll be using Forager to pick them up, or it means they're actually being moved into Hopeport. We also don't know if there's going to be any kind of swaps of resources, because in Forager, things like potatoes, hogberries, anything that's a plant. You could argue, oh, that's more like a botanist thing, we can move that over there. We don't know if any swaps like that are happening. So, depending on what they do, and depending on where they move things, there's a chance that some random bones are going to appear in my map, which will be interesting. Not too much of a problem with that, but there's also a chance that we lose some resources if they're swapped out, which is more of a problem. I think whatever happens, and maybe more information will be out by the time this video goes up and this is just rambling, but what I'm going to do is just roll with whatever the changes are at whatever state my account is at. So, theoretical, I've got a load of kelp in the bank. If they, for some reason, I don't think this is a likely scenario because kelp's very coastal orientated, but say they move kelp out to the forest, I'm not going to just go and drop all the kelp I've gathered because it's not in my map anymore. I'm just going to hold on to it and use it if it comes up. But if there's bones added, I will make that a task that I need to do. If they're still like the bones that Gatherer has now, they'll need a tool, and I don't have any shops that sell the tool. So I think that's unlikely to be a grind that hits me. But yeah, we're just waiting on more info at the minute. That's just my thoughts immediately after kind of reading through the blog and thinking about what the implications are for this account. So yeah, if you have any thoughts or ideas, let me know. Let me just hand in this bounty and then apply this KP, and we'll have 319 chef and finally get to use our nice stack of lobsters. Now, to get to the next one, 345 is bacon. I need a lot. I think I need something like 8,000. And I don't have that many banked. Even doing my ventures rigorously, I think I have about 3,000. But let's go check. Oh, not even. Ooh, yeah, I'll need a lot more eggs, because I can't get there on lobsters alone. It's nice to have them unlocked. It's nice to have 4 bounty targets at once, but yeah, to actually train on lobsters, it's not happening. Yeah, so I ran the numbers, and it is 8.2 thousand lobsters I need. I have nearly 2.4 thousand. I'm going to still be doing the ventures throughout this, so I'll get a decent amount more, but yeah, for actual training, there's a big gap that eggs will need to fill again. But let's just do one, just to see what kind of XP rates we can get. 11.3k, not bad. So I figured out my method for the lobsters. I get 6 of each of the buttercream wine, turn them into sauce, get 6 more each out, turn them into sauce, you end up with 12. Pull out 12 lobsters, boil them up, and then go to the chopping table and do 12 rounds of Thermidor. The problem with this is it sucks, because you might as well just take the XP hit and do eggs again. Because you run to Kevin once, you get the eggs, you cook the eggs. I fish these lobsters myself, and I have to do 3 runs to Kevin to get each of the ingredients, to do 2 inventories of lobsters. Why? Why is it like this? Logging into 155 alchemy overnight, which is yet another a new Ebsworth passive. Good morning. We have 9,291 pufferfish. I've been going a little hard on the fishing and ignoring cooking a bit because I was getting close to 500 and it was just too tempting. So now we have lobsters collect, and we will get the first level 500 on the account. And here we go. One more. Awesome. Nice. I love I love it being filled in. It's great. Oh, this feels good. Ultimate Fisher Cake. And that is where I'm going to leave this episode. We're still waiting on Fisher Bounties or more updates on Project Milestone. But until then, the chef grind will continue.